Now back to the sage, Larry Elder.
I mean, you did impeach the president, and they did impeach the president.
Yeah, I mean, I said arrest. They still haven't got to the arrest the president.
Right. Well,
that's what I want to do.
He get out that White House, he definitely going to be in handcuffs.
Man, I can't wait to see that, man.
888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243, Larry Elder, ReliefFactor.com studio. On the front page at LarryElder.com, you can read my weekly column. I talk about Joe Biden's memory, but I said that's not the big problem. It's his lies, particularly the one that he's been saying for decades, that the man who struck and killed his first wife and newborn daughter was a drunk driver. The man was not drunk. Furthermore, it appears that Biden's wife is the one who had the stop sign. So if anything, she was very likely at fault, according to the lead investigator, now a judge, who said there's no evidence whatsoever that the man who struck and killed Biden's first wife and child was drunk. Yet Biden publicly said that. The man's daughter contacted Biden in 2001 and said, please, can you knock it off? Biden wrote back in a very conciliatory letter and then did it again. So this time she went public and demanded an apology. So that's what the article's all about. Go to my website, LarryElder.com. Also, there's a link to a special report on the coronavirus, so check that out as well. That was Ice Cube speaking to a guy named Charlemagne the God. There's a program called The Breakfast Club, very popular. And Ice Cube said he can't wait to see Trump in handcuffs. What is the number one reason I've urged black people to rethink their allegiance to the Democratic Party? The number one reason is education. Some of these urban schools, like in Baltimore, 13 high schools where 0% of kids can do math at grade level, 0%, and there are 5 or 6 where only 1% can. Now, the movie that made Ice Cube a star is called Boys in the Hood, and it revolved around an urban high school called Crenshaw High School, where I went to high school. At one time, it was known as Fort Crenshaw. It is a Crip school. I know that because Ice-T went there and told me he chose the school because he wanted to go to a Crip school. Well, a few years ago, there was a front page article in the LA Times that said, my former high school, Crenshaw High School, only 3% of kids can do math at grade level. Now, what parent sends their kid to a school that is run by the Crips and where only 3% can do math at grade level? What responsible parent does that? The answer is none does. Yet the Democratic Party is mandating if you live within a certain geographical radius of this school, you're going there, whether you want to or not. The Republicans want choice in school. The Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, is a huge proponent of school choice. Now, I don't believe there ought to be a federal Department of Education, but as long as there is one, I'm happy she's using the bully pulpit to encourage more choice in school. Something that Mr. Cube, who wants to see Trump in handcuffs, benefited from. Here is an excerpt from a biography of Ice Cube. Quote, when Cube reached his teens, his parents pulled him out of his local school and bused him to a suburban high school in the San Fernando Valley. For the young Cube, who'd known little beyond the deteriorating South Central LA, the affluence and stability that marked his new surroundings left a deep impression. End of quote. So President Trump wants to give urban parents the same opportunity that Ice Cube's parents gave him, a chance to escape an underperforming bad government school and go to a better school. And you want to see the man in handcuffs. Think tanks on the left and on the right all say you need to do 3 things in order to escape poverty. Finish high school. Don't have a kid before you're 20 and get married first. And by finish high school with a diploma that shows you can read, write, and compute at grade level. Is this thing on? And furthermore, Mr. Cube got a pass for a blatantly racist thing he said to TMZ. Remember this?
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, Rich?
How are you, Q, bro?
What's up?
It's good to see you, man. Hey, one question. Who's the next Joe Johnson, man? Hi, Q!
I don't know. You got to come do your thing. How you doing?
Any predictions, buddy?
Nah, not really. You just got to see next year, you know what I mean? That's what's great about it.
Hey, you're an LA guy. Why do these Dodgers keep choking, man? What's with them?
They need to get some black ball players.
that it? I love it.
You're from LA. Why do these Dodgers keep choking? Quote, they need to get some more black ball players, close quote. Can you imagine if somebody said that about the Lakers, about the Cavaliers? Why do they keep choking? Well, they need to get some more white basketball. Are you kidding me? But that's perfectly okay. Now, getting back to the coronavirus, The Guardian is reporting that the first case of someone suffering from the virus in China can be traced back to November 17, according to media reports on unpublished Chinese government data. The report in the South China Morning Post said Chinese authorities had identified at least 266 people who had contracted the virus last year and who came under medical surveillance. And the earliest case was November 17, weeks before authorities announced the emergence of the new virus. The Wall Street Journal reported that when the doctors did establish this link in late December, they quarantined a woman and others like her, but the Chinese authorities prevented anybody from alerting their peers, let alone the public. One of the first doctors to alert Chinese authorities was criticized for, quote, spreading rumors, close quote. Another doctor had to write a self-criticism letter saying that his warnings had a negative impact. Now, the new study from a university in the UK called University of Southampton, and they estimate that the global outbreak could have been reduced by 95% had China acted sooner. So it seems to me it's awfully difficult to argue that this is Trump's doing. Dr. Fauci was asked whether he would be taking ibuprofen right now.
I think what they're referring to is they want to be the better part of really being cautious, because there is a syndrome that's associated with the use of aspirin in children with influenza that gives them a neurological syndrome called Reye's syndrome. And I believe what they're thinking, since there's a relationship obviously between non-steroidals and aspirin, that maybe there'll be some harm. But there's no real study that definitively proves that, but they're just trying to be very cautious.
Would you take it?
Would I take it? I mean, when I get a fever or an ache, I take Tylenol, but I've been doing that all my life.
And no, says Deborah Birx, we're not worse than Italy.
So we will see the number of people diagnosed dramatically increase over the next 4 to 5 days.
Now, if you're feeling run down, don't have the energy you used to have, it's probably because you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Time to try Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in capsule form. Sebastian Gorka has been enjoying the benefits of this amazing product for some time. I've decided to try to take some Balance of Nature myself. Sebastian can tell us in just a few words what we can expect.
Hi, this is Sebastian Gorka. Last year I started taking Balance of Nature's fruits and veggie capsules, and boy, what a difference it's made. What they say is really true. You'll find you have more energy and a more robust immune system. You need to try it for yourself. You'll see what I mean. For a limited time, all new preferred customers will receive an additional 35% discount and free shipping on your first Balance of Nature order. Go to balanceofnature.com, use discount code SAGE, or call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751.